Alien villains.
He's Duke and I'm Mayhem, and this is the final episode of our Cartoon Network retrospective.
Yes. There are only 3 movies left. We're going to give you our whole thing with those, and then we're going to do a final retrospective on every Cartoon Network thing as a whole.
So, yeah, final conclusion after.
Steven Universe, the movie.
That's the first one!
So, you've seen this movie as well.
Yes!
Yeah. I love this movie so much.
So,
what I also find cool is a quick thought about Steven Universe as a whole. I love the fact that we get to see Steven grow throughout all these years. Like, when we first meet him, it is Zach Callison as, like, a basically 10-year-old. And then once we get up to this time, he's an adult now.
they pulled a reverse Chowder, where instead of canceling the show, they grew the show.
Yeah. I loved the show, I loved everything about it, and I love this movie even more. This movie was so good. The songs were so good. The animation was so good. Good.
The new character design.
Yep.
The reason of the villain, like the villain's reason for being the villain, is very good.
After an introduction from the Diamonds, the tale of Steven Universe, now 16 years old, greets the citizens of the Gem Empire. The Diamonds want him to stay to fulfill his Mother Pink Diamond's role as a leader. Let us adore you. But he refuses. Back on Earth, the Crystal Gems celebrate their newfound peace. Happily ever after. Almost immediately, a giant drill lands on the hillside and Spinel, a deranged and cartoonish gem, appears, announcing her intent to kill Steven and the rest of the Earth, other friends. Using a scythe-like weapon, she poofs Pearl, Garnet, and Amethyst back into the gem forms. Her attack also weakens Steven's gem powers, though his body is unharmed. Steven manages to poof Spinel with the scythe.
So, yeah.
3 songs already.
Yeah, I love that. And it goes into
4 songs.
It goes into this whole, like, different dynamic with the villain and all that kind of stuff. You understand the villain, and by the end, you definitely feel sorry for the villain.
I am restricting every part of my body to not sing it.
Yeah, thank you. We don't need copyright.
No, as Connor McKinley once said, "Duh, stop! You're gonna get dickmud." Stop and get dickmud.
So, like, the purpose of the villain being a cartoony, like a take on older cartoony characters.
Yeah, I know, that was very cool.
It was a cool design, and it still also made sense that it was like that character.
I love the story of this. She was basically an abandoned puppy.
Exactly. It's like the opposite of Old Yeller when Old Yeller gets back.
Yeah, here in the garden, stand very still.
No, it's Homeward Bound where when the animals get back, they just attack the humans. That is the thing that I did like about Steven Universe, is that the characters were actually, like, well defined, and they made sense.
Did the show have its problems? Of course it did.
Yeah, every show does.
Every show does. That's the thing. People act like, oh, people don't recognize the problems. No, we recognize the problems and we just go beyond them.
You acknowledge them.
Avatar: Last Airbender. First season, it was The rest of it, awesome.
Yes. Like, the first season was a little too... Like,
Meanwhile,
that's the thing, kid-friendly.
Steven Universe, same thing. Of, like, early on, they had no idea what they were really doing, and then they get off, and then they go to the season finale, and it's like, oh...
We got it!
But this movie was so damn good. What was the best part? The songs. Why do you think every bone in my body is shaking right now, being like, I must sing it. I must sing. I must sing Other Friends. I just felt a bone pop. I'm not kidding.
You do not have a song bone, Lucas.
I know, that was my finger.
Like, you need to chill. Like, you need to not, like don't have a stroke.
I will say this. This is who I am. If you ever see me in real life and you just start singing a song that I know, I am gonna start singing along.
I recommend to go to is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my god. No, seriously. If I see you in public and you just start playing Bohemian Rhapsody, I am going to stop everything I'm doing just to sing along with you. So he just pops up out of nowhere. I'm signing something.
So what you're saying is that there needs to be an area where everybody has to put their phones so they don't play it and distract
Exactly. No, they start playing with other friends, and I'll start doing the dance.
But yeah, like that was like when Duke showed me this movie, because like I have no way of watching it myself.
If it's Japanese, I'll just bang my head to it.
Like he enjoys the music and stuff like that, and I like the character. Like I like
The
character.
music and the animation.
Yeah, that's your stuff. My stuff is the character development and reasonings and the dialogue and voice acting. I'm into that stuff. Next movie.
Anyway, I have to step away from this movie before I start singing.
Stinging. Oh god, he's a bumblebee.
We Bare Bears the movie. Oh. We Bare Bears was a very, very cute show.
Yes.
I was not able to watch most of the show because of the fact that I had no idea when it was airing. But the parts I did watch always made me smile. And then there were always moments where it's like making me cry.
Yeah, that show.
Remember Grizz, his origin story?
Like
The burrito episode?
The burrito episode.
It's like that episode is so dumb when you look at it initially, but then all of a sudden you see the end part where the music starts playing, and then you just see
it comes together.
Oh my god, that broke me. That broke me so bad.
Oh my god.
This movie was actually the series finale.
Oh, again.
Let me get to the plot.
I just like how comparing the shows that had a movie to start it and a movie to end it. Like, compare those.
In their desire to be accepted into the community, the three bear brothers, Grizz, Panda, and Ice Bear, unwittingly wreak havoc throughout San Francisco Bay Area, igniting a mob of complaints from its residents. Seeking to remove them from the society, Wildlife Control Agent Trout relentlessly pursues to separate the brothers, who in turn escape from the Bay Area and seek refuge in Canada. So, kind of like Simpsons. Along the way, the bears endure hardships while staying true to their promise of being bros for life. The film is an allegory for what it feels like to be a minority in America, explores the themes of acceptance, family separation, and racial discrimination, which were darker than the lighthearted but similar themes upon which Chong, a member of the Asian American minority, had explored within the television series.
That show was like...
Yeah, Daniel Chong was the director of the show and the movie, and yeah, no, that's what he was trying to explore with it.
So that's a good that was good in the fact that it allowed the director, the creator, was able to finally
able to explore a massive part of every minority's life,
and it like something that like was something internal to him. It was like with everything with him, and he's actually had the opportunity to fully put it out in his own way.
In general, I really did like this movie. Like, it did have its problems. Yeah. Once again, it's one of those movies that had problems of, for this movie specifically, what happened was, it was quite a number of memes were put into it. Like, there was a pineapple pen meme.
That was always the problem with the shows. Like, whenever it kind of lost its traction in episodes, whenever something like that came up.
Whenever it got too memey.
Yeah, like the koala character, like, he made sense that like he was like this character that
he was supposed to be an allegory for all the idiots online.
Yeah, like that, like he had a purpose, but some of the other just the real life memes put into it just completely took the traction out of the show.
We Bear in general was a good show. There were some episodes you could obviously skip because they weren't the best, but otherwise it was a very, very nice show. It was very fun. It was cute.
It was very quiet.
And I hate that we're not ending on this movie.
Yeah, if we have one more after this.
Can you guess what the fuck we're ending on?
I can't remember.
Ben 10.
Oh.
We're ending on another Ben 10 goddamn movie.
I think Ben 10 actually had the most. Wait.
It did. Let me see the plot. After foiling Steve Smith's plan to destroy a telephone industry, Ben Tennyson feels like everything he does is getting repetitive and feels like there's no one left to give him a challenge. When his cousin Gwen and Grandpa Max starts encouraging Ben to not let his guard down when there are new threats coming, They suddenly get an urgent call from their friend Phil, and they quickly travel to his house. Okay,
Phil!
I'm going to stop there. I'm going to have a pause button pop up real quick.
Okay.
I remember Phil. Phil was not a friend. If I remember correctly, Phil was that villain character who introduced the idea of the plumbers to the series. And he was a villain who popped up and tried to kill Max. So the idea of him now being this friend character feels weird.
It doesn't... I don't think this is the same kind of thing that happens in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, where, the character was this big threat.
No, it's a
now he's
reboot.
friend.
No, it's a reboot.
No, oh...
After getting there and entering his secret lab in his garage with his Lamborghini, Phil shows them a meteor heading towards Earth that threatens to destroy all life on the planet. Left with no other option, Ben decides to destroy the meteor with one of his aliens, but before he does that, Phil tells Ben that the key, which is used to unlock his Omni-Kicks armor, is actually in reverse, and turning it into its proper lock could unlock the other secret upgrades to the Omnitrix. After putting the key back in its proper place in the Omnitrix, Ben turns into Jet Ray, then twists his Omnitrix twice, giving him a new upgrade and suit called Omni-Knot armor. After doing a couple of test runs, Ben is ready to fly into space and destroy the meteor. I'm lost.
What?
I'm lost.
What? that was so complicated for the first paragraph. Why is it so complicated?
I'm a Ben 10 fan and I don't like that.
Yeah. Come on. You can't... even though this show is, so much into it, you can't...
Not armor.
He's a cosmonaut, not an astronaut.
He's an Omni-Knot.
Omni-Knot.
He's an old sailor.
All sailor.
That's the thing. That's what Omni means, and that's what not means.
Not means, Star Sailor.
So he's an old sailor.
How can you, this is a first episode.
I'm sure it was okay of a movie, but that paragraph didn't give me a lot of hope.
It's like a Star Wars movie that, a Star Wars movie that we're, literally out of the gate is, literally all of this wrong stuff that's so different than what we're used to.
No, it's Jar Jar the movie.
Jar Jar the movie! It's Jar Jar. Jar Jar's Jar.
It's Jar Jar the movie, but it's every worst scene of Jar Jar.
So, which is all of them.
No, it's just an entire movie where it's basically a spy drama, and the love interest is that one woman from Clone Wars that had a thing for him.
In the final
He lost everything. He lost everything.
I'm gone now. I'm gone. He made me think of it.
It was the season before the final season.
Whatever, but this is what Clone Wars was being when they knew that it wasn't going to be ended the way that they wanted to be. So they made Jar Jar come back, and they made him canonically fuck. Yes, that happened.
Anyway, let's avoid the topic of Jar Jar fuck. Jar Jar fuck.
Jar Jar fuck. His canonical last name. It was replaced with Binks.
So, God damn it! This movie.
That threw us
We
off
had
so bad.
to go there in order to feel humor right now.
Yeah.
Because this movie does not look that good.
Yeah.
From what I remember walking by the movie in order to get to the kitchen and just stopping for a moment as there's a battle royale with a bunch of the aliens that never appear in the show and Ben. And that does sound interesting. So, hey, maybe this movie's good.
Who knows?
But I don't know.
Because I don't think anybody watched it.
If you want us to review it, we will in the future. But for now,
No.
those are the movies.
That was all of the Cartoon Network
Those are all the movies.
produced movies, yes.
So, I've got a question for you, Mayhem.
Mhm.
What did you think?
We had some high highs and some low lows.
These movies, they were not all bad. I like a lot of these movies. I hated a lot of these movies.
There's definitely a lot of hate.
There's a lot of hate. That was the Cartoon Network movie series, basically.
Cartoon Network is so interesting with what happened to it that like completely changed like with how it was at first, where it was this Cartoon Network with
Consider what we started with. We started with Dexter's Laboratory, Ego Trip, and also the Flintstones movie. And we end off with Steven Universe, We Bare Bears, and even Ben 10
and
again.
Ben 10 again.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
What
to
was
think
your
about.
favorite? That'll be the. This will be this part we end off with. What was your favorite? What was your least?
Well, we both have our least favorite.
Reanimated. Reanimated was the worst.
The worst one. That one is at the bottom.
You've seen the first video already. You saw a reaction of "This is stupid."
This is dumb.
Just us screaming, "This is dumb."
Personality gland.
Personality gland.
And my favorite ones, it's kind of hard to decide because like there's the Billy and Mandy ones that were really good, and then there's also the Flintstones one that makes me think about that time. That makes me think about that. And then there's the Ed and Eddie one. Like,
Your favorite one to read was Flintstones.
yes, because they had the puns.
Yeah, because of the puns.
Yeah.
But Acapulco.
Acapulco. But I think I will say
My favorite I've seen.
What is your favorite? Yeah.
My favorite I've seen is Steven Universe movie, honestly, solely for songs.
Yeah. Because the series was something that you enjoyed, so yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense that the something that they were able
Other
to
than
put
other
all
than
that
that,
effort in.
I'd have to say one of my other favorites had to have been, probably the Billy and Mandy Boogie Adventure. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. Just this entire channel was awesome. Like from start to finish, it's always been awesome. It has some low moments. Had a lot of low moments, especially in the live action phase.
Yep.
To the president that decided to make a whole bunch of live action shows, I just have this one phrase to say to you. From the deepest pit of my heart.
From green villains to you.
No, from the deepest pits of my heart. Fuck you.
Yeah. Because that like I'm pretty sure we would still have a bunch of the shows like.
We'd have had a lot of stuff more
Yeah.
if it weren't for that asshole.
But like, thankfully we had like Adventure Time and Amazing.
Dude, he
World
lost us the creators of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. He lost us all these different creators. Craig McCracken.
Craig McCracken, yeah.
We lost him because of this asshole. But anyway, thank you for sticking with us through this 5-part series.
I've decided on my favorite one, the Ed and Eddie one.
Ed and Eddie.
Because that was a great ending.
How to finish off this series?
Yes.
Talk about a great finisher.
Yes. Like that's what every show needs to remember. You gotta start strong. You could have some episodes where you mess around and
You have plenty of lows, but if you start strong and end strong,
very good. Yeah,
Good
like at least a memorable start and a great finish. Avatar, memorable start.
oh, I have to add that because I know what some people will say. You also have to have a not too bumpy road. If it's like, man, this road is really paved, and then the end is paved again, that's not satisfying.
Yeah, no.
You will turn around if the road is too bumpy.
It's too choppy and not enjoyable to go through.
If it's too reanimated.
What?
Anyway, final words. Fuck Reanimated. Ed and Eddie was good. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, world, for Weird Al Yankovic one more time. I just wanted to say, and we have been.
And thank you, viewers, for your support.
This has been the Cartoon Network retrospective, and we are the Green Villains. Thank you for watching.
Take care.